of colonialism and apartheid.
All right. Let me rope in Daniel Wagner also into this conversation. Daniel, your idea of what Trump brings to the table. Obviously, there is a lot that he wants to do away with. He wants to do away with the Paris Agreement. Again, I must say, he also wants to do away with a lot of climate policies that Joe Biden also initiated. And of course, from an economic standpoint, Trump has been very, very macho, if I can use that word. He's been very, very aggressive about tariffs and quid pro quo that other countries have shown towards the Americans. How is this going to pan out when it comes for the world economy at large? How is this going to work out for crypto, something that Trump has supported tremendously and something that has shot up in the last few days, just because Trump is back as president? How do you look at this?
Well, I'm very concerned for America's economy and for the global economy. Let's bear in mind, of course, that since 2010, the U.S. economy, with the exception of during the pandemic, has done nothing but go up, the stock market and the economic indicators. So obviously there comes a time when that trend has to change. And the jolt that we can expect from Trump's policies in the American economy will, of course, likely change that trajectory, and then that will likely have a negative impact on the rest of the world. I think that's a real concern. I don't think it's people, sort of just saying my hair's on fire and running around the room. I think given the risk indicators in the world and the trajectory of many economies already in a downward direction, that we should not expect much of anything good. The tariffs are likely to send the American economy back into recession, ultimately. Certainly going to change the trajectory of GDP in the coming quarters. And it will take a little bit of time for that to manifest itself in the economic indicators, but in my mind, that doesn't seem to be much in doubt at all. As for the global economy, well, as the old saying goes, when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. I think that's certainly going to be in play here. As for crypto, well, I've been a crypto skeptic from day one. To me, it's like buying air, and it doesn't have any intrinsic value. But the markets tend to disagree, and clearly, if you're a crypto fan, you have reason to be enthusiastic about what may come under the Trump era, although I don't know what the end game is here. I don't know how high it can possibly go up. Some people are making bets that it's going to go into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know where they get that from. But overall, I think we have every reason to be concerned about what's coming.
Daniel, I also wanted to ask you about Donald Trump and his choices. Obviously, Elon Musk is an important pivot, an important part of the government efficiency plan, if we can call it that. His proximity to Donald Trump and the concept of crony capitalism, how is that going to play out and pan out? Is it good for the American economy?
Well, first of all, I think Joe Biden was absolutely right in his farewell address to, note that this is a growing concern, the role of oligarchs in the American economy. It's never been more present than it is right now, with all of these billionaires flocking to the inauguration. That all said, it's going to be a mixed bag from my estimation. We're going to see on one hand that the American market is going to get a nice jolt from the incentives that are going to be given and from the investments that are going to be made subsequently from businesses of all kinds. Yet, on the other hand, I think you could also argue that this is sort of like a caffeine jolt, that you're going to get a big push at the outset, and then you come down from your high and reality sets in. Again, I don't think it's going to take very long for these tariffs to start having a negative impact on the American consumer and the American economy. And that's when really the rubber is going to hit the road. Are we going to see, a net impact that is going to be positive overall in the long term for the American and then the global economy or not? I'm very skeptical.
Scott, how do you look at this situation? Oligarchs and the American economy?